Hi guys, so today was a really busy day. In the morning I got to do the feeding again, so I got to watch some of the different cats feeding again, which is always awesome to see the different ones. I then helped out with moving Will, the bobcat. So Will and Anna usually they live together in an enclosure. We were able to move Anna at the end of last week, but Will is a little bit harder to catch, so we weren't able to catch him until today, and we were able to move him. So I helped out with moving him in the morning. We had then tried to move Aspen, the cougar, who needed to go in for a procedure. We couldn't get her into the lockout cage to be able to get her in. She's quite old, so they sedated her in her enclosure and then moved her to the hospital for the procedure. It was just easier that way. I watched a little bit of cleaning again, so that meant that I got to just watch some of the big cats again, including Gilligan and the Skipper, the lynx. I then went and watched part of the procedure for Aspen. So she had some dental work done. She had a piece of meat actually wrapped around one of her canines that's stopping and irritating her. So that was removed and her teeth were cleaned, and they looked really good considering she's an old cat and she's like 19 years old. So they tend to have a little bit more problems when they get older. They did an x-ray of her, a dental x-ray, they took some urine, just some general testing, and then they cut off, they shaved part of her neck. That was all matted, so when the cats also get a little bit older, they lose some of the roughness on their tongue and their mobility to be able to clean themselves. So she had some matted fur, and we just removed that for her. I had to do some extra classes again that I'd done in zoo college, but just to use them as like a refresher, so the kitten one and some animal observation and emergency ones. Once I'd done the kitten one, I was able to go in and play with the kittens for a little bit with one of the older keepers, volunteers. So that was awesome. I got to just sit and play around with some of the kittens, and they have very sharp claws even though they're quite small. So after that we did some more cleaning up and more watching the cats eat. So some of the cats have an afternoon snack because they need a bit more food than in the morning. Like if they're a bit fussy or if they've gone off their food a little bit, then they will try and feed them in the afternoon. Cats that are just a little bit more skinnier, they try and give them some little bit more. So we got to watch two of the leopards have some more chicken pieces, and you could actually hear them like crunching down on the bones, like with the chicken pieces, just how strong their jaws and their teeth are. And that was pretty much the end of the day. Although we had a guest speaker come in to talk to us as well, and she was like a psychologist, and talked about grief compassion. So when animals die, and they do not everyone doesn't live forever, so it is a horrible part of life, but she gave us different techniques on how to deal with animals or people that are passing, how to deal with it and to not become overwhelmed, and just strategies to see how you're dealing with it and not to let yourself sink in to those sort of things. So it was quite good. It was quite heavy sort of conversation to be talking about, and it's something that I came away thinking quite a lot of. And one thing that she said was to not take on too much. So I'll try and not take on too much. I just want to save the world, but you have to do it one step at a time. So that was about it, and I'm ready for bed. See ya, bye!